Okay. Now, this time I'm gonna work on another song that it's one of the songs that I practiced all the time, every single day, and it got kind of annoying how much I practiced it. But I really like the song. It's called "The Charred Remains of God," and it's probably the best song I've ever written. I mean, I write a lot of music, but out of all of the songs I've written, this one has always been the one that stuck with me since I wrote it. That I'm never going to be able to fucking simplify the process, the formula, the execution. Everything about the song is perfect to me. So breaking it down is going to be a little difficult because it's a little bit complex in parts, but we'll do the best that we can. Now, keeping in mind that the song was written at a consistent 98 BPM double time using this drum machine that I have right here. And that beat stays the same the entire time throughout the song. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to use that because I would have to warm up, and I'm not really I don't have enough time to actually sit here and play the song 30 times in a row, take breaks when I need it to get my, action together. But I can basically just play the whole song without the drums, and it'll probably be easier to follow along at a little slower of a pace. Explaining every single little thing, I'm going to have to take my time anyway and really make sure I don't miss anything. So, just starting the song off, it's let me see if I can even fucking play the whole thing real quick. Excuse me. I did a fucking, I just really like the way that shit sounds. It sounds like Dave Mustaine going, but it's pretty cool. So then we're going into the next part. It starts on the G, and it's just into a trill. Okay, so that riff is it's the most dynamic part of the whole thing, where I'm not playing anything that really repeats. It's just a good introduction to the song. It probably does lay down a little bit of the chord progressions that come later. Those chord progressions that come later, though, they're all variations of the same shit that's being transposed up a different, a whole step, I think, every single time. I'll double check it whenever I play it. But that intro riff. A little bit of legato there. Play at full speed to be able to slow it down. And it slides down to a minor chord, I believe. Let me do it again. let me try to slow it down and make sure that I play it right. The whole thing with this song is that there's a lot of open strings doing their fucking job. And they're doing their job really fucking well, dog, because this song wrote itself. So, like, when you actually, like, focus on the notes that are ringing out, they carry the melody. And there's, like, maybe 3 different melody lines, 2 of them playing simultaneously. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. But, I'm gonna just run through that intro one more time. I'm gonna do it with the drum machine and see how we sound with that. That next little section, it's a lot of the same principle being moved around very gingerly with a lot of care and consideration. So, but I played it correctly. So then it does this little fill thing, like one second. Really simple. It's easy to do fast. That's the song flows very, very organically, and every single part just comes into itself naturally. So then it does this really cool bridge that I kind of shoehorned in there a little bit, but like I'm gonna play it slow and then play it fast. So it's style, you know. It's basically just little trills in between each part of that. I'm gonna try to play it at full speed real quick. And then it goes into the part which is essentially the whole song. The everything from this point forward. I mean, well, actually, no, there is that guitar solo section in between with the gallop that I'm gonna get to real quick, but this is your introduction to the rest of the song. Let's put it that way. That little part of it was all cool, but this is where it grooves. So I'm gonna do that whole thing going into the essentially the verse riff. to digest right there. I'm gonna try to be as concise as possible. There's a lot of open strings, and the chord shapes and the open strings they're very the way that I put this shit together. What you're doing with the open strings right now, you're going to be like actually doing whole chord shapes in a minute, but like for now, it's even still a little tricky because you have to let those strings ring out accurately. Like you really want to make sure that your picking is on point, because while you're constantly tremolo picking the whole fucking thing, there's a whole pattern being underneath that like speed element of it that it consistently grooves through the song. So let me try to play it a little slower. I gotta actually play it fast again and then play it slow. I'm sorry. Behind that resolution right there. I'm over exaggerating and there's a lot of noise, but I'm trying to like orchestrate, like I'm trying to show you exactly what the fuck is going on, because it's a lot easier to see it and be like, oh, okay, than for me to sit here and try to explain every single little nuance of it. And every time I lift off, I'm usually hitting the low E, and it's either the low E or the A or the D string that's going to be ringing out naturally, filling out that harmonic void and adding a second layer to whatever you're doing. And this is really like it's not only a benchmark and a hallmark, but it's kind of like the foundation of my playing and my compositions in general. They usually fall into like layers of different shit happening at once. Whenever I can make it happen, I try to make it as clean. I'm trying to make it as complex, and I'm trying to make it as groovy and interesting as possible to keep your attention. And this song fucking amplifies everything that I fucking just said. Like all the things that I really am good at are in this song. So let's go back to the beginning. Run through it with the drum machine, and then on the galloping section is a guitar solo rhythm. It's going to take a second to break that down, and it's honestly like one of the most difficult parts of the song to play at full speed. So like using the drum machine is just set your fucking metronome to 98. And you can probably like match the same tempo that my drum machine is putting down, and that's the full that's the actual speed that I'm supposed to be playing it at with the drum machine. But I'm probably not going to be able to pull that off right now. Also, like make sure that you have shit to mute your strings with whenever possible. You want to eliminate as much noise as you can. like one of the things that I would really do to warm up when I was practicing every single day, I would do that gallop at full speed to warm up because it's really fucking like a lot of energy to play that correctly. But we're not quite there yet. There's still a couple of things that I did that I haven't explained. So from that transition going into the gallop part and the one before it, because let me play it fast real quick and then slow it down. Kind of like slur that whenever I play it. I don't really remember exactly how I wrote. I could go back and look at the original video and that's kind of what I'd be looking at whenever I forget things, is the original videos that are all over my entire YouTube channel. There's hundreds of the fuckers. But I'm gonna play it one more time real quick fast, and then if I think I should be able to be more accurate with it slowly. It ends on that major third chord. It's like open. Something into that effect. I mean, when you're playing it that fast, it just happens. So, like, you gotta give me a break. A lot of the shit that I do, I don't think about it. I just do it, and then I bang my head against the wall for like 20 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. I can do it fast, but like slowing it down, I have no clue. And that's really why you want to focus on your theory and understand basic, at least like positioning and intervals, and knowing the names of certain things can really help you in the long run, especially if you have to explain what the fuck you're doing to somebody else. Alright, so that is it's not even really necessarily exactly that. Like, if I play it fast, you can hear it. Okay, yeah, so we're going to call that exactly correct. And then the next part, again, the open strings are doing all the work here. Let me play it fast one more time, because the way that you lift off is what dictates the notes that ring out. So. Shit going on right now that I hope you can see, because I'm not going to sit here and fucking explain it, but I'm doing it. This is like the 5th or 6th time that I've done it, and this is like really the most hard part of the song right here. So if you got this, you can play the rest of it, I think. There's the bridge that's a little tricky later on. We're going to try to rush through it if we can, but I want to make sure everybody understands everything. So that's the same shit being played twice over. And then the transition into the galloping section is fucking... It's an ever-developing chord of... That's all it is. It's just fucking G sharp to G, which is a lot of this song is really centered around G and G sharp. So that's kind of home base for a while. So one second. So shit, I gotta play it fast again. One second, let me do it one more time. That one you stay put on the third one, and then the fourth one you do that chord. Fat fucking, like, I'm barring all the way down to the E string just to make it easy, but I'm not playing every single note. I'm just hitting it ends on the B. So that transition riff, you really want to be like and then it resolves to a G, which brings in the gallop riff, which, let me see if I can do that shit with the fucking drums. As clean as I would like it. There's a lot of hustle behind that, so it's not as easy to play as it looks. But alright, so if I do the transition going into it, it makes a lot more sense, and then I can slow it down and break it down as much as possible. It's not that difficult. It's basic rhythm for the guitar solo. So emphasize sometimes the open D does ring out in that little section right there, where it's like I'm kind of trying to overemphasize and it's not working, so I'm gonna just do it real quick again and then keep, progressing forward. But just keep in mind that, there's a, that chord right there does show up. So, you want to be on point where you place these open strings. It's the whole song right there. foundation of each individual one of those string skipping sections with the arpeggios that comes up. It's a little tricky, but it makes sense. So there's open strings again going on there. I'm trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Then the next one is going to be like an arpeggio utilizing the low E, and then the third one is going to be an arpeggio that goes up to the D, and you're going to understand when I show you. So first are doing all the work. I'm just picking individual notes at will. And then the third one, like I said, it just going up to the, every time I do something, I do it a little differently. That's what I mean. It's not like I invented the whole concept of just changing shit to make it interesting. I think you can go far by, like way back before like Van Halen was doing it, but there's a lot of little complexities in each section that define each section, and it's one of the things that my bass player hated the most about my music was just how fucking much I change shit. Of course, the difference between me and a lot of other motherfuckers that change shit is that I do it on purpose and I do it deliberately with precision and compositional arrangements that make sense. And other people, they just are fucking up. So don't be one of those fuck ups. Test is not making a bunch of noise, like, because I'm palm muting, and you can hear a lot of noise in the background that I'm trying to mitigate, but I'm in an awkward position right now. It's not like very comfortable, and I mean I could move around a little bit more, but then it would be harder to see what the fuck I'm doing, so bear with me, and just remember that like this shit is not easy. Even if in ideal conditions, you're going to have to practice it. If you don't practice it, especially like the parts with the open strings, then it's not going to sound right. And you're going to understand why in a couple of seconds. So, excuse me. I'm going to go through the fucking galloping section into the next part. That bridge is just, it's super fucking simple. It's just... One second, I'll play it real quick so you can see it. Alright, so it's G to G sharp and then back to a B to a fucking C or a C sharp. I mean a B sharp, like I had said in the previous video. Contextually, sometimes when you're at a B and you go to a sharp, that motherfucker is a B sharp. So, on the second one, I just do basic harmonics on, just... So the second one is that one. The first one is just the regular palm muting. And then... Oh, you know what? That original one that I had showed you before for the intro, I think I had mixed that up with this one, and I'll go back and play the whole thing from the beginning because I'm starting to get it all back now. And we're over 30 minutes, but this song has a lot of shit going on, so I'm not going to cheat it. We're going to fucking keep it rocking. So... that I didn't actually explain in the last video. I should have actually commented on the fact that a lot of the times, to compensate for the fact that I'm in standard tuning, I have to do double octave power chords to incorporate more sounds, timbres, more dynamic fucking shit going on with the progression. It gives me more freedom. So when I do this, if you hear a fat fucking chord and it looks like I'm playing the power chord, most of the time I'm just, unless otherwise I'm going to tell you that I'm doing something different, you can see my fingering. I'll try to explain it. So coming from the bridge going into that next section, you got to pay attention to this. It's based off of that last riff that I said was the one that introduces you to the rest of the song. So slow, it kind of fucked me up for a second, but yeah, I mean, you can already see that I'm doing shit. I'm not just playing single chords, I'm throwing in little adds here and there to make different sounds. I'm lifting up my fingers in certain positions to make different chord shapes work. So I'm gonna try to play that transition coming into it at full speed and then slow it down, because
and then he punched a person a bunch of times and wouldn't stop.
That shit happens from time to time. You get radio signals through your amplifier. Let's try not to worry about that though. That's right. Now a lot of these chord shapes are repeating in different places. You can clearly see that there's a lot of the same patterns being done over and over again. It's just little differences in where certain notes go. Let me fuck it. I'm gonna just play through that one more time and then go into that comes after that, but I'm gonna play up to that. You gotta really be on point with. You gotta be warmed up and loose, basically, to be able to catch every single. And this is a drum machine. It's not an actual drummer, so it's a lot more robotic. There's no give, and you have to be like laser accurate with your picking. But that whole section. Notes in between certain parts to make it sound more fluid and dynamic. The bridge after this, I kind of shoehorned this section in a little bit, but it makes sense. There's a fucking flurry of notes coming up that you need to really be like on point with how you have your fingers placed, and your picking in general just has to be tight as fuck. But once you got it, like it's very satisfying to hear it played correctly. So, the next chord progression, though, it's fucking easy as shit. Now, that is, like a fucking upside down. So you start off with and you want to make sure you don't let that bad note ring out. That shit don't fit. So it's like got this shit going on. Playing that fast is kind of difficult, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to get this under an hour. I don't want to be wasting anybody's time. I'm trying to give the next part a little bit of attention as well, even though it's just a modulation of the shit that I had showed you earlier. This part, at full speed with the fucking drums, this is the hardest part of the song. So let me fucking see if I can play this with the drums going off. Then it goes into a little groovy section for another guitar solo. It's going to be, and we're almost done here, But I need you to understand that part right there is difficult to play at full speed. And I'm going to try to play it a couple times so that you can hear it correctly. This thing, and it's not like even a, it's like a, version of this. Basically, you go from this to this. So, and it's difficult. Like, there's no other way to play this except for that. So, good luck. I'm timing that within each. It's difficult, but trust me, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can play this shit if you try hard enough. Anybody can play fucking anything if you try fuck hard enough, dog. Okay, and then the guitar solo part is fucking easy as shit. Now, there's a lick that I try my... This bitch is not going to shut the fuck up. Okay, there we go. So there's a lick in between that shit going on, that, like, I try to let that chord ring out while the lick plays. It's not easy, but you can do it. I've done it many times. I'm going to try to do it right now. We got I'm going to go into it, though. Control my volume too. Alright, so I'm gonna come into that and then do the whole part fast and try to slow it down. That one part is eluding me for this moment. But like you can see what's going on. Let me play it again real quick and try to remember exactly what the hell that. Everything modulates up after that a half step, so it's so I think it goes to that, something like that. Fuck, the video will show it, and I'm going to try to play it a couple times. I should be able to remember it. If I'm right, I'm right. like da da da. Fuck, and then it goes into the next part. So it's fuck, if I just looked at the video before this, that would have been helpful. And it's a shame this is the only part of the whole fucking song that I forget. So let's do that other guitar solo riff real quick. It's something like that. So it's like my fingering doesn't necessarily when I slow it down, it doesn't seem like I can catch exactly what I'm doing. That's definitely the right those notes are definitely in there. Let's put it that way. And like I said, I'm holding the fucking I'm holding the chord while I do that, so it's a little tricky. Something in that neighborhood. I'm trying my hardest to really like break this down. Now I'm running out of time anyway. And again, I'm letting that. That's just easy as shit. Because I know this. I know this fucking chord, and it's just so fucking annoying that it escapes me right this second. Because it goes back into that. There it is, there it is. Okay, I think that's right. I think that's right. Let's try to wrap this That's fucking right. Okay, so it's just... And those are those open chords. And then the last part of this song, fortunately, is the exact same shit from earlier, except it's up a half step. So... okay, that's right. So at the very least, I'm gonna have this shit wrapped up in under an hour, hopefully, because I intend to play the whole song, and it's not that fucking long, and I remember it now. So, okay, and then the last part is just, it's the same shit as that, except it's changed a little bit. That's the ending. And we're here. So I'm gonna try to play this fucker at full speed with the drum machine. I'm gonna turn the drums up a little bit because my guitar got a little louder, and that's okay. We're going to run through this whole song, and I gotta fucking wrap this up anyway, so. Gotta be just a hair louder. Fast as hell. I really haven't warmed up. I just came here and immediately plugged in, fucking played a couple of bars, and then started recording. Playing it at full speed is difficult, and like, it's really, you gotta be prepared. Every single day I would wake up and I would play this shit at 100 BPM, and I would have to turn it back down to 98 BPM just because that shit is comfortable there. And I enjoy playing it at that tempo, so that's the tempo of the song. And you gotta work up to that sometimes. Like, sometimes even 98 BPM is a little difficult, especially because you're going from doing like, to just and it's just a really consistent fucking. You gotta be like on point with that shit. I could definitely play through this whole song without the drums like fucking with me though. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we're going to close this shit out because I showed you everything and I can't really explain it much more concisely than I have. Yeah, It's something in that neighborhood. Everything develops. So like I had showed you before, that second one, that's a derivative of the first one, and then the third one is the fucking, and that's the bridge into the like rest of the song basically. But this particular bridge, it's like. First one. Missing there. I mean, I would have to sit down and actually keep on fucking with this. I'm running out of time that I can actually spend here, let alone time that it'll take to fucking upload this for an hour long. I really do want to play through this whole song, so fuck it. Let's do it one more fucking time. Really annoying to play when you haven't practiced it and you haven't memorized it. So like I really hope that like you could literally go back and watch the original version of this, and I'm not even 100% accurate in that version. I missed some things that I really did cover in this particular review of the song. Christ, all right, let's take it from that fucking galloping section, and then when I'm gonna play that galloping section real quick, and then go back and try to play this whole fucking song one more time. fucking, it's a workout. Doing it with the tempo of the metronome behind you or a drum machine, you'll feel it. You'll feel it right here. And running up your arm, going up through here is basically where I get a lot of the tightness with that particular thing. I mean, adjusting my positioning a little bit would probably help, but we're almost done here, so fuck it. I'm gonna try this song one more fucking time. If I don't play it through all the way, then fuck it, man. I gotta upload this shit still, and I can do this 100 million times and just fucking record a final version later. As a final fucking note, I'm gonna wrap this up in about 2 minutes. The first time that I do the verse riff kind of is like this. The second time I do it, it's the same shit except it's a half up. And instead of doing the you go up here. So if I play the third one, do that little bit right there, it's a half a step back, so you're going to fucking do that same riff down here. That little dynamic fucking, it's so cool. I love it. There's a lot of the same shapes just being moved around. And I mean, I already played the fucking song all the way through, so I'm not going to do it again. I can't think if I missed anything. I'm pretty sure that I went through every single piece of this shit meticulously as hell. Yeah, so alright, that's going to be it. That's an hour and 10 minutes. I went a little bit over my... I wanted to do this a little quicker than this, but whatever. We're done here.